All right, so Lesotho holding its third general election in just 5 years. The main contenders are the Prime Minister, Pakadita Mosisili of the Democratic Congress, and former Prime Minister Thomas Thabane. Parliament was dissolved in March when Mosisili lost a vote of no confidence after his 7-party coalition government broke up. Well, let's go to Lesotho now. We're joined by Nthakoana Ngatane. And Nthakoana, firstly, 3 in 5 years, 3 elections. Surely this points to major instability. Give us the backdrop to elections in Lesotho.
Good evening, Francis. Yes, indeed, 3 elections in 5 years, starting in 2012 when the Democratic Congress broke away from the Lesotho Congress for Democracy. Prior to that, that party and its predecessor, the Basotholand Congress Party, had first of all won a landslide victory in 1993, lost 1 seat in 1998, lost a few more seats in the following years, and in 2012, completely after the Democratic Congress broke away, even though the Democratic Congress had the majority, or rather more seats than other parties in that election, it could not form government, and therefore the Lesotho Congress for Democracy, bruised from being broken away from, decided to go into a coalition with the All Basotho Convention. That coalition of 3 parties at the time lasted 3 years. We saw an election in 2015, and that one lasted less than 2 years. And here we are again, another election in 2017. Francis? And
the big concern that there could be another very uneasy, very shaky coalition.
Indeed. The Prime Minister's Party, the Democratic Congress, the Lesotho Congress for Democracy, and the Popular Front for Democracy have a pact that they are going to the elections to. The 3 parties are already in the governing 7-party coalition, but they have decided to form a pact. And what they have decided to do is that together they are fielding 1 candidate per constituency of the 80. So all the supporters of the 3 parties are being asked to vote for 1 candidate per constituency. But that does not guarantee them that they will have a majority, because the National Assembly has 120 seats. The other 40 are a compensatory proportional representation, meaning that if you get a large share of the national vote, you'll be compensated on the 40. Now, if their electorate do not understand why it is that they're supposed to do what the parties are asking them to do, there may be apathy there, but also they may lose those votes simply because people did not understand what it is that they were supposed to do on the ballot paper when they don't see their party. So the risk that they're running is that if they don't get the 61 outright from the constituencies, they may have lost on the national vote and their proportional representation. So as a result, you might find that they probably make the 60 that they require or less. On the other side, you have the All Basotho Convention, led by the former Prime Minister and leader of the main opposition All Basotho Convention, Tom Thabane. And hot on his heels as an ally is a breakaway of the Prime Minister's party, the Alliance of Democrats. Now that party too enjoys quite a good amount of support in Lesotho. Now when you look at the 2, plus their ally Basotho National Party and the other party, the Reform Congress of Lesotho, they might get half of that vote. You have in the middle a party that broke away from the Deputy Prime Minister's party, the Movement for Economic Change. It has decided to stay in the middle even before Parliament was dissolved. They did not cross the floor to go to the opposition. They stayed in the middle benches. So that gives you an indication that they might be, if there is a swing vote that is required, that swing vote. So where the result will go, who will take over government post the 3rd of June on the 4th or the 5th, we have to wait and see.
All right, then tell us about the personalities. Pakadita Mosisili, the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister, Tom Thabane, who I believe is quite popular right now.
Oh, absolutely. If the weekend rallies were anything to go by, the All Basotho Convention saw the biggest of the rallies, followed by the pact of the Democratic Congress and the Lesotho Congress for Democracy. But here is a context to that, Francis, is that in the last election, I went to a rally, or rather side-by-side rallies, in a place called Mohale's. There, the Obasotho Convention and the Democratic Congress held rallies side by side. The Obasotho Convention rally was probably 10 times bigger than the Democratic Congress rally. But what had happened was that people had come from outside of that area to go to that particular rally. So you did not have the confidence or the assurance that they would vote in that particular constituency. And indeed, the Democratic Congress then won that particular constituency. So again, rallies cannot be a measure. They are an indication, but definitely not a measure, because other factors come into play. Have people registered to vote? Are they going to go out and vote? And are they really going to vote for the party that they're wearing the T-shirt for on that particular day? So all of this really a guesswork until we get to voting day and people actually put their mark on the ballot paper.
All right, so it will all be revealed after voting takes place in Lesotho tomorrow. And of course, we will be there. Reporters on the ground in Lesotho will bring you all the action. That was Nthakoana Ngatane.